Hello everyone, we are at Jackson Creek Fellowship Church in Moni, near Chicago, and we are with our American angels. God sent them to the America, and we are with Pastor Mike Shepherd, his lovely wife Sue, and their beautiful daughter Brooke. We just want to thank you for your amazing heart to have us here. You didn't know us, you just know our amazing brothers and sisters in Christ in Chicago, but you didn't know us, our family, our group. So the first question is, what did you expect, and weren't you afraid of inviting us to your church and to your home?
Oh, well, I think because we knew Jacek and Alex, we knew that if they liked you and they felt good with you, that we could too. So we were excited. We were excited about getting to meet you and getting to fellowship and find out ways that we can partner to move the gospel. So it was exciting.
And I was very blessed. I was excited, just the anticipation of learning more about the culture that I came from, because I never got to know my grandparents who were from Poland, and so I was anxious to hear and learn more about Poland. But the experience was far better than I ever dreamed it would be, and we were blessed to have you.
I would echo what they said, that it was kind of a enjoyable time and interesting to meet new people that live not from here and learn their culture and all that stuff.
I also thought it was cool that Pastor Paul put vegetable juice on his waffle. I thought that was really cool.
Będą się teraz śmiać ze mnie.
They're gonna be laughing at him now.
What about others' reaction about your church, about our visit, and how it's influenced your people here?
Well, I think it was very
Inspiring.
sovereign that God brought you here before our missions week, because we do a missions week every year, and I think you coming early kind of set the stage for all that. It got our people all excited about one, having you all here, and two, realizing that the gospel brings people who don't know each other together in such a way where they know each other, right? And so, but it was really cool that Sunday before we left, where we did the baptisms. I mean, it was just an amazing thing, I think I should have held Alex down a little bit longer in the water, but other than that, I think for us, it was very exciting. It was very encouraging. It was, it's not every day that you see a whole bunch of different people from a different people group, so to speak, different culture come together and unite over the gospel and enjoy the fellowship one another, even though there is a little bit of a language barrier and a little bit of customs barrier, which is also cool because it grows you and enriches you. And so we've been blessed that way. So it's...
I think for our people at Jackson Creek, it was very inspiring because, like we said, it's our missions week that we kick off, and really we're usually hosting American people who are going into other countries with the gospel, and we got to start off people from another country coming to us, which was really exciting. But after the first service where you all were there were so many people blessed that my phone was going crazy, getting messages saying, "Thank you for doing this. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you." And we just kept telling them it was Jacek and his wife that did it all, because we were not, we would not have even thought of it had it not been for them. So we were blessed to be included in the whole thing. So it's awesome.
Same.
Again, I would have to say, similar to what they were saying, I think it was, I think everyone was really encouraged by it and enjoyed having visitors and all that stuff. So.
And you had a roommate from Canada,
Yes.
which was really awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Our house was a little full again.
Yeah,
So,
we were kind of empty
good.
nesters for a little while. It was nice.
in Chicago area, it's maybe 1 million of people which has Polish roots, and they are a little isolated in this church-filled Christian faith. What do you can advise or share some of your experience with Poles, with other pastors and churches here, to encourage them to start more specialization in evangelize of Polish people?
Yeah, I think the good news is that as we have now come together, we have a base of people that we could look for other opportunities to find other churches that are like faith, like practice, because like most places in the world, not everybody follows the truth, right? And so to connect people who are around the Chicago area far in terms of a distance to come here on a regular basis, to find them a place where they can get knitted in and get connected to a pastor that's going to reach out to that, like-minded people who speak Polish, and it's going to take a relationship, and building those relationships is kind of what we do, and we have an association that we're part of that gives us the ability to network across the city, which we'll bring to them and talk to them about seeing how we can create cells around the city that maybe once or twice a year we get everybody together in one place, right? And so whether you can come back for that or whether we can bring you in via video or Skype, just not when me and Jacek are driving, that would be a very good idea. That would be a very good idea, because I think that's connecting where people are at in America to their history and their nationality in Poland is a really powerful thing.
And America could use some more Jacek and Alex's, I think, to make it all possible.
Right.
And maybe a question about your dreams, connecting, spreading the gospel in the Chicago, also to the Polish people. Do you have some new one after our visit here?
Yeah, I think the possibilities are for us to start to really think how we can do that effectively. I'm inspired by your group's commitment to your show and your platform and your outreach. And so maybe we can look to emulate that a little bit here, to do the same thing that gives us the ability to provide the same platform and draw people to a specific place and time, so that we can minister them in a way that seems fulfilling and, identifies with their Polish heritage. I think we have to think through how we do that most effectively, but the key there is we want to do that, and we think it's a good thing for us to do, because there are a lot of... My first job when I turned 16 and was working at Old Warsaw restaurant in Norwich, right? And I used to wash dishes there. And there was a little Polish lady that would bring me a glass of milk every once in a while. And I liked milk, but I didn't like that much milk, so I'd pour it in the dishwater, and she'd keep bringing me milk. And she was so nice and so wonderful, and I think that's been my experience with everyone here. We've met everybody that's been so nice, so accommodating, and so, I think, a blessing to us, that we're thinking, why stop? Why not keep going and keep trying to see how God can take this and do something really wonderful from?
Now he likes chocolate milk.
I have a proposition to you. So we have talked a lot in your home, and we could find that you are very wise Christian wife and women, and we would like you to share with Polish wives in Poland and here in the Chicago area, in a maybe weekly base, to tell more about how the Christian faith impact family life, taking care of children, taking care of husband, and so on. Would you like to do such a big project with us?
Oh, it sounds interesting. I don't know if I have that much to offer. No. I feel like my faith was such a big part of my life that I don't know how to walk and talk without faith being a part of that. And I had a friend who is atheist, and I am trying to get close to her, and we talk on a regular basis. But I think I scared her a little because she decided I was telling her too much about God. But I told her I can't apologize for that because that's my life, and I don't know any other way to live it, you know. But it seems like a big task, but it'd be interesting. I would love. No. No.
We had an idea for Brooke because we learn a lot from you because of your testimony of your faith. And we thought about, you know, you can share your testimony with the teenagers and girls and people in Poland to encourage them to not to give up when some problems, you know, occur in your life. What do you think?
I actually have told my story a couple times, not very much, but I don't know. I personally don't find it very, anything special just because I've lived it. But yeah, I guess it could be encouraging for some people.
Well, yeah. I think also because she's had so many issues with health problems and heart surgeries and that she has always had her eyes open to her purpose in life and where God wants her to share. And
it's just a testament of like how I guess He's cared for me and my family during those times, and that were, you know,
even times when doctors couldn't give us hope.
Yeah.
The Lord did, and so.
Yeah.
Of course, we invite you to Poland to feel how we live, to feel the atmosphere in Poland, and to see our beautiful country, and to know more Poles in Poland. So we would like to have your preaching in Poland. So we wait for you in Warsaw Airport.
We would love that. We would love that. Yeah. You know, it's funny because today's sermon was kind of about you know, racial tensions and things like that. And we had a family at our other church that they were a black family, and they had, I think, 8 children. She homeschooled, and they moved to Louisiana, and they went to an all-black church. And it turns out their pastor was on the opposite side, very racially, you know, prejudiced toward white people. And one lady called us and said, "Pastor Mike, you need to come down here and preach. I want to see the look on their face when our white pastor comes walking down the aisle." So it was kind of interesting.
And I think the beauty of it, we learn from each other, and we learn from just the innate nature of how we grew up. And so we were raised differently than what we see people in Poland. You're aware of things that we don't experience, although we're starting to. You know, I think that the world has, and I don't even know if it's racism, but we have people groups that don't like other people groups, right? So you have, and you could be the same color skin, but because you're a different religion or you're a different nationality or you're a different something, it changes the way people see people. And I think the beauty of the gospel is that we should see past all that. And so, although it's hard because there's this little, I think, very narrow look at, you know, we are to be truth in love, but sometimes that makes you vulnerable, and that makes us all uncomfortable. And I think vulnerability is also the way that keeps us humble and dependent on Christ for His providential hand in those situations, right? So anytime you come someplace and you're a bunch of new people and people don't know you, people get uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable because you seem like you're on the outside looking in, or you're uncomfortable because you don't know how to interact. And I think part of the beauty of the gospel, and I think a good, healthy church that really understands truth, is that diversity or those differences are things that we embrace because it makes us all better helps us to grow, helps us to see each other in a different light. And so my impression of people from Poland has been enhanced greatly by meeting you all. And so it's been, especially Jacek and Alex, they're sweethearts and just wonderful people. And you know, it's really been the catalyst, I think, for all this to make it possible.
Yeah.
Which is good.
In the name of our Polish community, I would like to thank you for opening the gate of your church to us, and especially to allow us to have this movie yesterday, screening, Last Witness. It was very moved for us, for our community, and some American peoples came to the church together with us, and it was wonderful experience for our Polish group here. Thank you once more.
We're so glad.
And we just want to say we have to be very intentional about moving things forward, right? Because I think we get complacent. We'll need a little rest. Right?
Yes.
But not too long to keep things going, to keep the flame burning, to keep it. Because next time you guys come back here, we would like to see hundreds and hundreds of people coming. And so I think that'll be a good thing, right?
We will work to this goal every day from Poland.
They just can't all stay at Jacek's house next time.
Not 100.
We'll be a little bit better prepared. Timing is an issue, and so we'll be better prepared next time you come.
Yeah.
Right.
This was spontaneous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll build a hotel.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I had an awesome experience with meeting you guys too, because you are like the first family like American family that I met, and also a pastor, you know, that, you know, gave us, you know, the place that we can meet up, and I had a very good time too because of you guys. But I especially want to thank Pastor Paul that he was the one that taught me that American people are God's people. You know, that yeah, I didn't know that, you know. I was lied to, you know, because of the politics and different kind of religion in Poland. So I didn't know that Americans people are so good. And so, yeah,
Amen.
a lot of changing.
Can I say one thing? You know, listening to Pastor Paul preach that Saturday night, there's so much I didn't understand, and I was thankful for the translator to share what he was saying. But I was amazed at the fact that as soon as he got to a scripture verse, it made it all make sense. Because, you know, when you have the Lord in common, there's no more divide of countries and languages, because we have the Lord as our Father, and we're all brothers and sisters. And so no matter where we are in the world, you know, we can be in China or Japan or wherever, we have brothers and sisters, you know. And I just think it gives us a little piece of heaven when we get to heaven, and we're all going to be there, and we're all going to have the same language. It's so amazing to me.
And I could say, Pastor Paul, although we got to talk on the Skype, until we really got to see the type of man you are when we met your wife, how wonderful she was, and your kids, and how committed all of them are to what you're doing. To me, that speaks volumes, right? That says a lot about a man by how his kids, you know, commune with them and relate to them. And so that was really a big blessing to us. And I think for us, it's important to pray for you, because when you were coming in, we were looking you up. Not that we could understand the broadcast, but we would see these people making these negative videos about you and these little snippets trying to make you look bad. And I thought, okay, you know, this is a man who needs our prayer and needs to know that we support him and what you're doing, because I think what you're doing is amazing by reaching out to people not in your country, but of your nationality. And that's an ambitious work. And we want to be a part of it, and we want to help in whatever small way we can. And we want you to know that we're behind you, and we're thankful for you, and we're inspired by you. So that's really good.
So we need to end our program, and come back to Poland. It's hard for us because we really fell in love with America and American people. But this is our nation, our homeland, and we need to stay. Yeah.
We got a lot of land. We can build a Polish building right over here somewhere.
I said, just go home and pack.
You got to get Jacek back from Calgary. He can come build it, and we're good.
We have big plans, but we will see how God will lead these plans. I think that always He do something bigger that what we dream. So
Yes.
Amen.
I think the same thing will happen. So
Yes.
praise the
Amen.
Lord.
Yes.
And
Know that we're praying for you here too.
we be in touch with God on your side.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
goodbye.
Bye.
In Poland.
Thank you.